What are the most important aspects of a Eurocamp event for the players and for the coaches?
The most important aspect is, I use the word opportunity. It's a great opportunity to get exposure, and I know as a coach it helped me. This is kind of the beginning for me, getting involved in the Adidas Eurocamp. So the fact that Adidas gives us this platform to express ourselves and where we can be evaluated as coaches and players, and we can do it in this kind of global community, right? We have Italian league coaches, we have Serbian coaches here, we have NBA coaches. I mean, it's really unique, and I'm just thankful to be a part of it, to come back here again and reconnect with this. And you got to give Adidas a lot of credit for putting this together and investing in young players and coaches.
There's a lot of young players, obviously. If you have to make a single advice for them looking at their path to the professional career, what will be?
I think I talked about it yesterday with the at this level, at this elite level, the margins are so small.
Okay.
They're tiny, and the habits that you carry on the court and off the court, and it's not just your basketball habits. It's your your diet, your sleep. All these little things on the margins are so important, because the NBA is 82 games, and now EuroLeague is how many games?
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah.
So the little edge I think you can get is having your habits, and I would add the mental performance part and being sharp mentally. And when you take care of your habits, your readiness to perform, and like I said, I take this from just seeing how the best players do it in the NBA. They are fanatical. Donovan Mitchell he's insane how he treats his body, how he's the first one to get treatment on his body, always watching film, all the little things, because the talent level at this level is pretty similar. It's like, who makes those sacrifices, those, in all the other areas. I think that's important.
You talk about Donovan Mitchell, you anticipate my question. He said a very important statement, in my opinion. I can win a ring, I cannot. Probably yes, probably not, but I win in life. We are used to evaluate the professional player only as their result on the court, but there is a bigger picture, and is absolutely great to share this with everyone. What do you think about that?
This is more of a European mentality.
I agree with you, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's like champion. Everybody wants to be a champion, but there's only one, and so there can be levels of success, and we're all striving to be that champion, no doubt about it. But we also have to have perspective, and Donovan is great perspective. And this year, when we were having some problem, we're 17 and 16, things aren't going well. His ability to, take a global view, have a perspective, like, man, we're keep our habits right, keep on our good spirit and good character, and we'll eventually do this. And personally, I think, being around a person like that, it makes your day-to-day experience more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun to come to work with him every day, because he's not, if we lose, he's not like negative and, oh man, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. If we win, same thing. He's not, oh, we're great. He's just kind of steady. So that statement, I agree. It speaks a lot of what he's provided for our culture in Cleveland.
Could you explain the CLA training method? I was very interested in understand more in detail what is this.
Yeah, I think in the simplest form, it's really a way of training decision making, it's kind of the opposite of block training, where block training is just repeating. And I think the old way of coaching was man, I got to take 5,000 shots at the same spot. CLA is more about variability, adding or taking away constraints to focus on an intention, something you really want to accomplish. It could be tactically. Yeah. It could be development, individual development. It could be team development. We have embraced it 100%. It's the way we train. We never do anything unopposed. There's always a lecture. You always have to a reading of the game, a reading of the situation, both offensively and defensively. And as a coach, you have to create the intention and then kind of figure out the constraints and how to implement that in your training. Last thing I would say, my experience is, it's the most enjoyable way for the player. The players enjoy it, enjoy this way of training, because I think it takes a lot of the boredom. And CLA at the end of the day, it goes back when you were a kid and you were out in the playground and maybe you didn't have the perfect size ball. Okay. Maybe you had a smaller ball and the basket was lower and you were having, playing one-on-one with a friend or 2-on-2 and you just kind of made up the rules. Okay. And, that brings a joy to how you, about learning a sport I think you can do that in a professional environment. And we've obviously bought in with the Cavs.
Could you make an example for an exercise in that method?
Yeah, we play a lot of small-sided games, so that's part of CLA philosophy. So a lot of 3-on-3. We reduce the space sometimes, or widen the space. We'll play a game of 3-on-3 and say there's something we want. Let's do it this way. Something we want our team to do less of. So when I came to the Cavs, I felt like we played too much pick and roll. Okay. Every time was, Jared Allen come up in the pick and roll, and I wanted us to play less pick and roll. I wanted us to, cut more off-ball screening, more drive and kick. So less pick and roll, less DHO. So we'll play a 3-on-3 game, and I'll say, okay, 3-on-3, we'll play a game to 10, but you cannot play pick and roll or play DHO. Okay. So there's the constraint. We take those two things away, and then the coach steps back. And the first day we did it, the players they didn't know what to do. Okay. Because find a solution, guys. Find a solution without playing pick and roll or DHO, and before you know it, they're passing, they're cutting, they're off-ball screening, they're doing other things. There's other things in basketball, and then you could do a positive constraint. Okay, the only way you can score in this 3-on-3 game is through an off-ball screen. Okay. If we wanted to focus on that intention. Okay. And now they got to kind of figure it out. Okay, I pass. Oh wow, I got to go screen away for this guy, and I might slip to the rim. If we're working on cutting, it's okay, 3-on-3, you can only score on a cut.
Great. Very interesting.
Yeah, and it's again, the players have to figure out this, the tactical solution, the movement solution for it. It's fun. I think it's a fun way of coaching and a fun way of training.
How was important the relationship between the coach and the players? We know the tactical level is elite in NBA. The growing relationship with the player, how do you evaluate it in a success for a team?
I would say it's the most important thing. Even before tactics, especially at the NBA level, especially with your superstar players, you are collaborating with them at the NBA level. and you are constantly having conversations on everything, tactical solutions, substitution patterns, if you're not communicating with your best players, and your whole roster, really, right? I think that's been my real improvement as a coach, because it kind of goes along with the CLA. Like we they have to find the solutions. We can have the discussions. We can talk about it, but you have to find the solution. And I like to get the solution by talking with them and them bringing the solution to me, instead of me saying, you do this, you do this, you do that. Through collaboration, through talk, through questioning them, we find solutions together, and it's a fun way of coaching, because they feel like they have ownership of their own game, and then of the team, and then I think that's how you make the biggest jump.
Okay.
Is through that communication with your best players and your role players too.
Thank you so much.
Good stuff. Good.